for over 2 decades now, the PlayStation has been a part of our lives. You can safely bet that every single person who has ever played on this iconic Sony gaming console will have their own set of best PlayStation characters. The original PlayStation, one of the best gaming consoles of all time, was released on December 3, 1994. Since then we've had hundreds of leading characters that were loved by the young and old alike. Imagine how difficult a task it is to come up with just 20 best PlayStation star characters that will be accepted by all gaming enthusiasts. It almost borders on the impossible.
Finish him!
Wow, that was something, that fight.
Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
This is my favorite part. Exciting!
I struggled for a long time with surviving.
I know. The Last of Us was one of the best games of the PlayStation 3, and it could be argued that these two characters deserve a higher spot. But the only reason these two are last on the list is strictly because their story is still fresh in the minds of gamers. Joel and Ellie easily deserve a spot on this list, not only for their incredible voice acting, but because of the attachment that a player feels to them while playing. Naughty Dog has done a great job at making iconic characters, as we'll come to find out later on.
Here we are.
Here we are, very fancy hotel.
Very fancy hotel. Can't believe people used to live like this.
I know.
Welcome to Africa. My name is Sheba Alama.
Chris Redfield.
Ah, good old Chris Redfield. Him and partner Jill Valentine have been in gamers' minds since 1996. The survival horror genre has seen quite a few changes in its day, and the Resident Evil series has gone through its fair share of change. But there is no denying that Chris Redfield is a PlayStation icon.
I'm Redfield.
Just mentioning Resident Evil makes you think of Chris and Jill and PlayStation 1. Journey is by far one of the best indie games I've ever played. The Journey lets people know that Sony could hold its own with the growing indie game genre. This silent protagonist in a story is almost always immediately brought up in conversations when it comes to the last generation of gaming. Journey and The Journey are pure definitions of game art. The fact that Devil May Cry was made out of a scrap Resident Evil game should already let you know it would have an iconic character. Although Dante has taken the demons with him to other consoles, much like some of our other characters on the list, he left his biggest impact with the PlayStation 2. Come on, admit it. Pyramid Head gave you nightmares back when you played Silent Hill 2. Pyramid Head is such an icon that he was introduced into other Silent Hill games, even if it doesn't make much sense why he's there, but hearing that unforgettable sword being dragged across the floor is still fresh in our minds. Pyramid Head has become a poster child for the horror genre on PlayStation, and also one of the most popular characters.
You gotta do what?
I gotta believe!
Paul Rapp is, without a doubt, one of PlayStation's most iconic characters. The absolutely unforgettable rhythm-style game was extremely popular for the PlayStation 1. If you were a kid with a PS1, Paul Rappa the Rapper was the rhythm game to have. I don't want to say it's unquestionable, but it's pretty widely accepted that Sora belongs on this list. Anybody with a PlayStation 2 remembers how fun it was to go through a crossover of Final Fantasy and Disney while wielding a blade made from a key. When the PS2 was in its heyday, Kingdom Hearts was at the top of the lists. And Sora with it.
Hey, Sora!
Jack Sparrow!
While the game at first wasn't too popular, it was widely praised by critics for the game's style and art. It gained its renown later, once the PS3 came out and was re-released with its spiritual successor Shadow of the Colossus. The love story between the outcast boy with the horns and the girl he loves is one of the most groundbreaking throughout PlayStation history. Both games are considered some of the best games ever made. Ico and Yorda Story are the epitome of video game art. Final Fantasy. Known for the giant swords and just a big hair. Also known for incredible cinematics and stories. Cloud burrowed himself into gamers' minds and hasn't really moved from them much. For almost 20 years, Cloud and his journey has been unforgettable since his days on the PlayStation 1. Since the release of Little Big Planet, he has been stuck in gamers' imagination and helped them free their creativity. Sackboy isn't your typical hero. He's not some shoot-'em-up badass, or high-adrenaline mercenary who happens to know how to drive any car available to him. He just shows you how to use your imagination and has been helping us make PlayStation memorable, cute, and fun all at the same time. Here we are, the next half. The top 10. Let's continue on. Shall we?
Don't make a sound.
The gift of these powers will be my burden until the day I die.
Remember what we said about Sackboy? Cute and harmless? Yeah, well, Cole is pretty much the complete opposite. He's that badass hero anti-hero I was talking about earlier. Cole's superhero-like have stuck with us for years. Infamous was fantastic when released and players had a cool feature getting to choose to be hero or villain. All while unlocking completely awesome and different powers from the opposite side. Cole's red or blue lightning transformation and story will be engraved with us PlayStation fanatics for years to come.
Sly Cooper. I'd like to request a ride.
Quit messing around and get down here! Let's hit it!
Sly helped redefine the platform stealth genre, and also, he's a freaking raccoon thief. His release on the PlayStation 2 will always be memorable due to the incredible fun we had with the stealth-type games. He's a thief, but he's honorable. He's a cartoon-styled raccoon with a super fun story. What else do you need?
Internationally famous master thief.
This place has too much excitement.
Hey, we told you Naughty Dog was good at making iconic characters. We'll never forget the incredible fun we had exploring awesome 3D worlds with Jack and super cool Outer Weasel sidekick and partner Dexter. Adventuring with Jack was just a huge step up from other 3D exploration games and helped set Naughty Dog's reputation for the future.
What?
My name is Lara Croft, and I'm about to die. I regret that part of my story remains untold, buried for all time.
Lara Croft. First things first. She's an incredibly badass treasure hunter, who explores dangerous areas by herself. She can handle herself, and knows how to shoot baddies. She revolutionized the action hero, simply by being a girl. She helped mold the third-person action-adventure platformer and took us on crazy fun adventures through caves and caverns to hunt for treasure. Her adventures have spread to multiple platforms, and while many may argue she should be higher on the list, many of her later games have been, well, lacking. It wasn't until the reboot in 2013 that the classic iconic Lara came back.
I think I smell a barbecue.
In recent years, dragons have been depicted very differently than in Spyro's day. One of PlayStation's most iconic characters, he doesn't exactly compete to the fierce, giant monsters such as those in Skyrim. However, this little guy's adventure to save his other dragon friends was one of the most fun experiences we had as a kid. Not to mention he made his mohawk work. And now, the top 5. All of these characters on this list are strictly in my opinion, and I would love to hear feedback and other opinions. I know that not everyone may agree with this list, so let me know what you change, add or rearrange. Let's have at it then. The most important and iconic characters through PlayStation history are up next.
So, what do I call you? I suppose my proper designation is Warbot Defect B54290. Maybe I'll just call you Clank.
It is almost not arguable that Ratchet and Clank deserve a spot on this list. Insomniac had so much creation, and we're glad to see how far the series has come to this very day. Ratchet is the last surviving member of his species, but that doesn't mean he's soft. He's always blasting baddies with his awesome robotic sidekick Clank and Insomniac's awesome weapon designs. He has to foil the evil Doctor, nefarious plans all at the same time as cracking jokes. There is no doubt, since the PS2, Ratchet and partner Clank has etched a special place in our hearts.
Oh boy.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that.
He is the god of war. That's already more than enough to know this guy is a badass. He was tricked into slaughtering his entire family. He has an awesome face body tattoo. But most importantly, he can kill effing gods. There is no doubt Kratos will always be in our memories with his extremely gore-filled, yet incredibly interesting story. We don't think anything can bring this god to his end, especially if he could brutally kill the god of gods, Zeus, but if he finally does meet his end, it'll be a sad day for all of us. Maybe even unbearable.
Who are you afraid I'll find?
It means be careful what you wish for. It might just get you. Perfect.
When we first saw Nathan Drake in 2007, we were like, who's this guy think he is? Lara Croft? We thought he would just be a joke of a copy-paste version of Tomb Raider and Lara Croft. We watched him scavenger hunt for treasure and we were like, Lara would have done that better. But he grew on us. And we immediately realized this was no copy and paste. Nathan Drake's witty, yet charming attitude makes every guy want to be him. He's like Indiana Jones, except he's not. He's Nathan Drake. Always finding a way to get in and out of trouble. The incredibly awesome cinematic story and Drake's unforgettable weight will be in our hearts for years to come, even if his series is supposed to end with Uncharted 4. It's sad knowing he and his series just may be not coming back after this.
Oh! Hey! Is that it?
Snake could be number one. While not exclusive for PlayStation, nor making his first appearance on the console, he ultimately had the biggest impact with the Metal Gear Solid series. Snake redefined stealth games, especially the action-style third-person game genre. Metal Gear Solid revolutionized the PlayStation 1 and is most recognizable with the PlayStation franchise. While you'd think Snake's service record, which includes defeating his clone siblings, saving the world from nuclear-firing robots, fighting giant invisible octopus robot ladies, and Snake's tragic story himself with his rapid aging would win him the #1 spot, but he was bested by someone very recognizable.
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
#1 most iconic PlayStation character goes to... Drumroll please.
Thank you very much, baby. Thank you very much. That was funny stuff. Wow, funny stuff. Doc, did you see that?
Hi, I'm Crash Bandicoot, the super marsupial, the wonder from down under, the rocket with a pocket.
The awesome Wumpa fruit-eating marsupial was a game-changer. Naughty Dog changed 3D gaming forever with Crash. When first released on the PlayStation 1, all those other games in the Golden Age didn't have much to worry about. Crash was coming from an almost unheard-of developer and it was their first game. Nobody even knew what a Bandicoot was. Or why he had a girlfriend to save. Except, Crash was not just some character from some game. Although the game followed that of an arcade game and was extremely linear, Crash's adventure was challenging, colorful, and charming, extremely fun and an addictive one. Crash showed what the PlayStation 1 was capable of with its 3D that has aged extremely well. Looking back over the years, it seems like his story was a simple one, but the game mechanics and his personality makes us still love him to this day.
I am not an animal. I am Crash Bandicoot.
Like to be humiliated by women? Here's your dream date. You are not ready.
Well, there you guys have it. My top 20 most iconic PlayStation characters list. Keep in mind that I spent a ton of time compiling characters for this list, and also arranging them into the order I saw fit and is completely subjective. I had to rearrange them at least 3 times. So, let me know what you think, and leave your own feedback to the list in the comments. Thanks for watching.
In my imagination, there's no complication.